at it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. You ready, Jay? Good evening. I'd like to call our meeting to order. Before we call our meeting into order, I'd like for us to stand, of course, for our prayer and then pledge. But I'd like to let's have a moment of silence to recognize an officer who, like I said, gave his life and no show of the word hero, Officer Cousette of TPD. So if you would, please stand so we can have a moment of silence and then go into our prayer. Father, thank you so much for loving us. You all law enforcement right now, but more especially the Cassette family. And we just thank you so much for blessing them and giving them the blessing to see, blessing to be in charge to lead our city. We ask you to protect our first responders and ask you to always give us the opportunity to come close after the Lord. And ask you to just touch the hearts and minds of those who choose to feel interested in this future love and pursuit of faith life. Yes, Dominic, come on up. Troop 100, good friend of mine. He's getting his citizen community service badge. St. Mark. Yeah, absolutely. He's going to lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance. So, Dominic, if you would, attention, salute the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dominic. Roll, please.
All right, Councilman Roberts,
Here.
President Logan,
Here.
Councilman Hinton,
Here.
Councilman Davis.
Here.
And Councilman Hall.
Yes. Item 5 is approval of our agenda. Again, short agenda tonight, so I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as printed. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Roberts. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCollum.
Councilman Roberts,
Yes.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
Councilman Davis.
Yes.
Councilman Hogg.
Yes.
All right, motion carried.
Item 6, visitors to address our council, Mr. Tim Hawkins. Tim, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Tim Hawkins with AT&T. I have a little presentation to show you, but long story short, AT&T has been trying to permit 6 small cells in Northport. We have pretty serious network traffic here. We have some capacity issues, and that's how we address them. Basically, we put an antenna on a pole in the right-of-way. And we've been trying to permit one of these for almost 2 years now, a year and 8 months, and then the other 5, we have 5 more in the city. And we've been trying to permit those for about 6 or 7 months, and we just haven't really been getting anywhere with that. So I'm kind of here to see, you know, how we could proceed with maybe moving this project forward. We know the citizens need it, our customers need it, and
Sure.
We want to move it forward. There's a whole presentation of really what small cells are. I could send this to you if you want to see. We don't have to go through it. It's probably 12 or 13 pages, but the last couple pages, they'll have what they'll look like, and then the page after that will have a map of actually where we would like to place them within the city. But, I mean, I can go through it if you wanted to, but
Well-
I figured you don't want to take all your time.
Well, no, let's do this, Tim, and I appreciate you coming up. I know Judge McCullum just come on as our interim city administrator, and I think it will be very beneficial to him and especially his office if we could set some internal meetings up, because I think what you're asking for is, with the technology, you're needing small cell infrastructure on existing poles and possibly new infrastructure in the right-of-way.
That's correct.
And that may be where we probably need to kind of get together internally to see what can be done and what can't be, you know, if we got regulations in place or whatnot. So that way, if you would, before the meeting's over with or shortly thereafter, exchange some numbers, and that way you can get with Judge McCullum and his staff to look through exactly where you're looking at the small cell sites.
Okay.
And then let's look and see if it's new infrastructure, new poles and rights of way, or if it's existing. And then it may be to where the feasibility may have to come into play. If it's a historically downtown area, so that may be some hindrances and some challenges too. So these are things I do know it'd be very beneficial to Mr. McCullum and his staff to kind of get up to speed. I know he's just come on board in the last 30 to 40 days, so I know you had some intentions of coming back, and I know we had some changeover in leadership a little bit, so
Right.
I think it's worth the conversation internally through IT and, again, Judge's staff. So,
That'd be great.
yeah, absolutely, and thank you for coming. I know, and I do want a copy of that too, but if you'll work through the judge and get him that information, he can get that information out to council so we can all come together and figure out how we're going to make this thing work.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. 7A1, unfinished business is a second reading of a permanent resolution accepting maintenance for municipal public improvements in Wildcat subdivision. Again, this is a second reading, came with a favorable recommendation. There were no issues. They were brought about in the pre-meeting. I'll make a motion to approve the resolution. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Roberts. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilman Roberts,
Yes.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
Councilman Davis,
Yes.
Councilman Hogg,
Yes.
motion carried.
New business, 8A1 is a first reading annexation of approximately 3.16 acres located at 4007 67th Avenue. Ms. Ram?
Yes, sir. This request comes from Don Levy Properties. They are requesting annexation of 3.16 acres of land located at 4007 67th Avenue. This property does meet all the requirements for annexation. It will be zoned agricultural, and it does come with a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission.
Thank you. Is there a member of council wanted to offer that for a first reading?
I'll offer that.
Offered up by Councilman Hogg. Second item is a first reading of a conditional use of approximately 3.7 acres located at 3205 Hunter Creek Road. Ms. Ram?
Yes, sir. This conditional use request comes from Mr. Hugh Overmeyer, and it is to place fill material in the floodplain, and that is at 3205 Hunter Creek Road. That does come with a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission as well.
All right, thank you. Is
I'll
there-
offer that up.
All right, that's offered up by Councilman Roberts.
Second.
All right, I think it was talked about, or we just want to offer that for time sensitivity as a first reading, gentlemen, or is it more, did we want to suspend the rules and address it?
Offer it for a first reading or send it for second reading.
All right, members of council, again, it was offered up for a first reading by Councilman Roberts. It is the pleasure of the council if they wanted to address it immediately to suspend the rules and go through the process.
If we suspend the rules, we have to have unanimous.
That's correct. You'll have to have unanimous consent to suspend the rules.
We'll just leave it as first reading for tonight.
All right. Record show, first reading offered by Councilman Roberts on item 8A2. 8B1 is a resolution awarding bid file 19-05 water and wastewater chemicals. Mr. Webb, these are lowest unit prices as itemized in attached bid tabs, and this is a ordinance or resolution to authorize our city administrator to approve as needed all the requisitions for water and wastewater chemicals using those unit prices from said bid file.
Correct.
I'll make a motion to approve. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Davis. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilman Roberts.
Yes.
President Logan.
Yes.
Councilman Hinton.
Yes.
Councilman Davis.
Yes.
And Councilman Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Second item is a resolution awarding bid file 19-06 water and wastewater supplies. Mr. Webb?
Yes, this is items we use on a daily basis in the Water and Sewer Department. Everything from items needed for water and sewer repairs to pipe, fire hydrants, water meters that we bid out and have the low bidders presented here tonight.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the resolution? That's a motion by Councilman Hinton. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hogg. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilman Roberts.
Yes.
President Logan.
Yes.
Councilman Hinton.
Yes.
Councilman Davis.
Yes.
Councilman Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Item 3 is a resolution honoring our Tuscaloosa Police Department investigator, Cousette, and supporting the city of Tuscaloosa and, of course, the family and the city and the whole community as it heals. And I know, Chief Burton, you were very instrumental in that. So if you wanted to give us just a quick, brief update as far as what we've done and some of the things moving forward. So, and I know we have Officer Cousette's family members, so we just want to just say thank you so much for being here. And we want to say thank you for him being a hero. And I think this whole community can speak in one voice when we say, you know, we appreciate law enforcement so much so that it really puts us in a position where we need to start doing a little bit more for our law enforcement. So thank you so much.
Yes, sir. We have Miss Kelly Cousette Mills here. This is Officer Cousette's cousin. I've heard her speak a couple of times at some events, and she's said some great things about her cousin. And I wanted her to know that we as a city and we as a department, we are separated by 2 bridges here, but we also united by those same 2 bridges. And with that being said, Tuscaloosa Police Department and Northport Police Department mourns. We're still mourning, just like you all. But we also want to thank you all for, you and the family, for sharing him with us. I've yet, and I wasn't looking, but I've yet to find anyone to say anything negative about him, and that says a lot. I mean, it really does say it. But we want you to know that we're with you. We had some resolutions drawn up, the city, and for the family. And we want to thank you.
Thank you, Chief. I'll move to approve the resolution honoring the fallen Tuscaloosa Police Department investigator, Cousette, and supporting the city of Tuscaloosa and Tuscaloosa Police Department as it heals and as a community as we come closer together. That's in the form of a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Davis. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilman Roberts.
Yes.
President Logan.
Yes.
Councilman Hinton.
Yes.
Councilman Davis.
Yes.
And Councilman Hogg.
Yes.
It's unanimous.
Thank you. Item 4 is resolution awarding bid file number 19-07, furnishing landfill services. Ms. Starnes.
Yes, sir. Public Works received bids for landfill services for a 3-year contract. Advanced Disposal was the only bidder at $4 a cubic yard.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
Motion to approve.
That's a motion by Councilman Hogg, second by Councilman Hinton. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilman Roberts.
Yes.
President Logan.
Yes.
Councilman Hinton.
Yes.
Councilman Davis.
Yes.
And Councilman Hogg.
Yes.
Item 5, resolution authorizing the continuance of existing year's budget. Mr. Davis.
Yes, Mr. President, this is something we normally do to continue the existing budget until we're ready to pass the 2020 budget.
Motion to approve the resolution.
I'll make that motion.
That's a motion by Councilman Roberts. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hogg. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilman Roberts.
Yes.
President Logan.
Yes.
Councilman Hinton.
Yes.
Councilman Davis.
Yes.
Councilman Hogg.
Yes.
Item C, consent agenda. There are 19 items. They range from minutes of the previous meeting, bill listings, travel and training, and PO requisitions for water and wastewater sewer main realignment along Union Chapel, and of course, citywide resurfacing project invoices and bridge inspection performance estimates. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda as printed?
I'll make that motion.
That's a motion by Councilman Davis. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hinton. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCollum.
Councilman Roberts.
Yes.
Councilman President Logan.
Yes.
Councilman Hinton.
Yes.
Councilman Davis.
Yes.
And Councilman Hogg.
Yes.
It's unanimous.
Item 9 is reports of special committees to council. Any member of council want to report back to their respective committee? Item 10, public hearings. We have none on the agenda. Item 11, city administrator's business. Mr. McCollum, I didn't know if you had any further business under your... Thank you. Item 12, departmental business. Under our police department, we have one ABC license request. Chief Burton.
Yes, sir. We have an application for JNS bartending, and this is the same vendor we've used in the past, so we've never had an issue with it.
All right, thank you. Is there a motion to approve or deny the ABC license for A1 Express?
Motion to approve.
That's a motion by Councilman Hogg. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Roberts. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCollum.
All right, Councilman Roberts.
Yes.
President Logan.
Yes.
Councilman Hinton.
Abstain.
Councilman Davis.
Abstain.
And Councilman Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Mr. President, it's not on the agenda, but was brought up in the pre-meeting. Last council meeting, we had a citizen that brought to our attention that our animal ordinance, which we passed, where it resulted in a dog bite. And I just report back to the mayor and council, and I've also spoken extensively with the citizen that the process did work. It did not work as quickly as we would have liked it due to some scheduled vacations, but I've spoken with the police officers involved and also with the city prosecutor, and I think the conclusion was that while the matters were unfortunate, that it did not rise to a criminal behavior, and the city prosecutor suggested possibly civil action if that was the way the citizen wanted to proceed. But we did thoroughly investigate it, talk with all parties involved, and the process is there and does work.
Thank you, Ron. Item 13, public comment. I know, Mr. Page, you and I talked earlier today, and let's get after the meeting so we can kind of, I think you made some good progress on what you're doing. I really appreciate you coming up, showing what has been made so far. So if you would, me and you will get together after the meeting. We can kind of exchange notes. Thank you. No further citizens are signed to speak. Item 14, mayor and council members' business. The Honorable Donna Aaron sends her wishes. She actually is under the weather, and so she is with us in spirit, so to speak. So we will move right along. District 1.
I have nothing tonight.
District 2, under my business, a couple items. Just to let the public know, Miss Ellen Potts, who does an amazing job with us in terms of Habitat for Humanity. We worked with her office this time last year to open up a Habitat home, and she just keeps working on behalf of Northport. She's actually secured a lot at 2019 24th Street in Northport. That's right across from the old county high. And she is actually getting ready to do her formal groundbreaking. So that information will be passed out to members of mayor and council and staff. So just to let everybody know, she's actually fully funded in terms of initial construction costs through the Presbyterian churches around our community. And of course, the Fawcett family was very generous as well. So we hope to work very closely with Ms. Ellen Potts of Habitat for Humanity. The other item on my under my business was, I know we looked at proposed committee assignments, and in that same breath, we were looking at maybe reshuffling the deck, so to speak, and placing members of council on some committees. So if it pleases members of council, I wanted to go through the actual chairman and vice chair of our respective committees. This will be in the form of a motion, gentlemen. So if it's something different, please stop me in mid-sentence. In terms of proposed committee assignments, I will propose that finance, our chair is Councilman Roberts, co-chair will be Councilman Hinton, and then, of course, an alternate will be at the discretion of council. Of course, the mayor and city administrator will be on all of these committees. And then, of course, respect to finance, the finance director, of course, will be on that one. That's under finance. Chairman, Councilman Roberts, co-chair, Councilman Hinton, the mayor, city administrator, finance director. Projects committee, Chairman, Councilman Davis, Co-Chair, President Logan, the Mayor, City Administrator, Public Works Director, City Engineer or his designee, Utilities Director or his designee, and Planning Director. Administrative, Chairman, Councilman Hinton, Co-Chair, Councilman Roberts, Alternate, Councilman Davis, the Mayor, the City Administrator's Office, Human Resources Director, City Attorney, and our IT Director. Retail Development, Chairman, Councilman Hogg, Co-Chair, President Logan, Alternate, Councilman Davis, the Mayor's Office, City Administrator's Office, Retail and Economic Development Director or their designee, which will probably come from the City Administrator's Office, and City Attorney. Public Safety, Chairman, President Logan, Co-Chair, Councilman Davis, the Mayor's Office, City Administrator's Office, our Fire Chief, and our Police Chief. All these, again, gentlemen, are in the form of a motion. Again, Ron, if I'm missing out Robert's Rule of Order, you're going to have to just give me a pass. But these are all in finance, projects, admin, retail, and public safety in the form of my motion to say or to ask the council to consider these appointment assignments. That's in the form of a motion.
Second.
Second by Councilman Hogg. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilman Roberts,
Yes.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
Councilman Davis.
Yes.
Councilman Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, that's all the business I have under District 2. District 3, Councilman Hinton.
I'd just like Mr. Webb to give us a little update on Union Chapel project.
The utility section of the project is near completion. They've installed the water and sewer lines and tested Friday and today. Everything looks good. The contractor expects to be done the end of next week. However, he does have 20 working days in his contract, but he's shooting to be done the end of next week.
Any further business, Councilman? Thank you. District 4, Councilman Davis.
I have none, President Logan, thanks.
District 5, Pro Tem Hogg.
I would like to ask Mr. McCullum to give us an update on the signalization there at Frankie Thomas Trace and Clear Creek with Ms. Starnes.
I'll ask Brooke to do it. She was tasked with solving an issue related to traffic, and I commend her for a job well done.
Yes, I do too, and that's why I wanted to go ahead and give you all the props for that, because I was out of town and y'all were able to get on that quickly and take care of it. So if you'll kind of just tell what was done so everybody knows, because I think
We added a turn signal for the, I guess the parents of the students coming south off Frankie Thomas that's turning and going east on Rose Boulevard.
that really helps with the traffic that's going from Clear Creek coming into the schools and the buses trying to turn out left. And I've seen that the traffic flow is
Particularly
really,
between 7:30 and 7:45, it was backed up.
it's really helped with that, just for a simple traffic signal. So a lot of our children are that, and even when they go to county high. So
Sir.
Any further business, Councilman?
that's it.
Item 15 is adjournment. I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Davis. All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
All opposed, same sign. We adjourn. We adjourn.